Welcome back to another Film Geek video. In just a bit, I am hitting the road because I am off to Crypticon, Kansas City. Now, if you've never heard of Crypticon, Crypticon is a traveling horror convention. I'm not quite sure all of the different places it goes. I believe Minneapolis, but I'm not 100%. But I do know that Crypticon travels around the country, bringing different horror film celebrities and vendors to each one of their locations. This is a con that Charming Amy and I have been going to for a little bit now. In fact, most of my collection of signed DVDs and Blu-rays and all, most of those celebrities I've met at Crypticon. We are planning someday to go do another con somewhere else outside of the state. I've heard that Horror Hound up in Indianapolis is a very cool, Indianapolis, sorry. I've heard that's a really cool one to check out. So yeah, I'm really stoked today. In fact, I'm really stoked because hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm meeting a personal film hero of mine. Last year, I got to meet Nick Castle. This year, Joe Dante. Joe Dante, the director of some of my all-time favorite films from my childhood. Inner Space, Gremlins 1 and 2, Small Soldiers, which technically wasn't my childhood. It's actually a favorite from my family, not necessarily my childhood, but The Howling, one of these other top-notch werewolf films that are out there. And if you follow the channel, you know that my favorite of the monsters are vampires and werewolves. So yes, I am a big fan of The Howling. I love that old movie. Well, you know what, guys? It is enough of me sitting around jibber-jabbing on. I need to get out the door because it's time for me to go to Crypticon. Perfect. Get the artist here. Hello, hello. Thank you very much.
I didn't make any of these, I stole them all.
Oh, okay, excellent.
To make it clear.
Welcome back, just getting home, and guys, I had a blast. It was so much fun to get out there, meet back up with some old friends, meet some celebrities, pick up some really cool, unique items. This was something that I needed today, guys. Not long ago, as you might know if you follow this, my grandmother passed away. We just recently had her funeral, so this was great to be able to get out there and blow off some steam, you know, and just have a good time. And, you know, unfortunately, unfortunately, this year, Charming Amy wasn't able to join me, but don't worry, I wasn't stingy. I picked her up some fun stuff while I was out there today, and I'm going to get to all of that. But first, I want to talk about the celebrities I got to meet today. First up, yes, as I said in my intro, I was really excited to get to meet Joe Dante, and I did get to meet Joe Dante. What's really funny is that the movie that he signed for me, I did not mention in the intro, and that is Explorers. Now, if you follow the channel, you know I love this movie. I recently did a video called, I think it was like five sci-fi films that bombed in theaters but are actually quite good, and this one was my family sci-fi film that I chose for that. This movie tells the story of three boys that build a spaceship, and it is just great. It's also Ethan Hawke's first movie, and I think it's also River Phoenix's first movie. I'm not 100% on that, but I do know it's Ethan Hawke's first film. And it made me a fan of his for life because, boy, I could just see myself with these three kids having a blast, flying around in outer space, meeting aliens. It was so cool. And I got the opportunity to talk to Joe Dante, tell him how much I absolutely love this film and how much it means to me. And he was really happy, and he was excited to hear that this movie meant so much to me. It was a nice moment. And so, yeah, meeting Joe Dante, definitely a highlight on my list of celebrities that I've gotten to meet. Now, I also, to add to my Academy Award winner collection that I have going on right now, I have Richard Dreyfuss and Christopher Nelson, and Christopher Nelson won for makeup at the Suicide Squad. I got him at Crypticon. I think it was back in 2019. It's right back here somewhere on my wall, back here on my shelf is Suicide Squad. But yes, my next Academy Award winning signature was V. Neil. V. Neil, the makeup artist from Beetlejuice. That's what she won the Academy Award for anyways, was Beetlejuice. Now, she's not doing the makeup for the new Beetlejuice movie, which that's their loss, I suppose, but yeah. But V is an expert in makeup and so on. She's done so many amazing movies that I absolutely love. I also believe she won an Academy Award for Ed Wood. Yes, she did. She did win an Academy Award for makeup in Ed Wood, which that is such an amazing film. Another Tim Burton movie. Those two have worked together on a lot of things. I think she did the makeup for the Alice in Wonderland movies and all. So she's worked with Tim Burton a lot in the past. But V is just such an amazing person. It was so fun to meet her. And of course, I totally forgot. Some of you might know her from the TV show Face Off. She was one of the judges on the makeup competition Face Off that was on Sci-Fi Network. And I guess it went somewhere streaming or something like that. I don't know, man. All the companies are just deleting all of the media these days, aren't they? But I think it's out there somewhere. But if you can find it, check out Face Off. If you're a big fan of makeup, practical special effects, fabrication, cosplay, that is something you need to check out because that show was awesome. It was like, there were professional makeup artists and all, but they were mostly like amateur makeup artists, and then, they did the whole judging of their work, and it was a really, really cool TV show, and V. Neil was my favorite judge of them all. I always felt like she was the fairest. She wasn't the nicest, she was the fairest. Like, she always told you what was what, you know what I'm saying? And so it was just an absolute pleasure and honor to get to meet both of these people at Crypticon today. That was so awesome. All right, so let's move on to the goodies, shall we? So let's start. Now, this was a year because, as I was saying, a lot of stuff was going on in my personal life. I didn't really have a lot to spend on things and whatnot, so I didn't do a lot of the celebrity stuff this time around. So those were my two. There's tons of celebrities. I could have spent so much money meeting celebrities today. It's not even funny, and I probably would have, but like I said, this was a budgeted con, and I did not want to walk away without finding cool, unique items. One of which, of course, is my fascination with t-shirts, and I got a great one this year, guys. I can't wait to show you this. It's a poster tee of Salem's Lot. This is one of my favorite vampire films. I love Salem's Lot. It's one of those movies I don't feel like it gets a lot of recognition, and then this t-shirt itself looks amazing. It just has such a beautiful, just look to it. It's the Italian version of the movie poster, and I just think the silk screening on this is gorgeous. They did such great work. And here's something that I think is really cool too, is on these shirts they have the company name on the side, on the sleeve. So there it is right there, if you can see that, Red Death Studios. I don't know if they have a website. I'm sure with shirts of this high quality, they have their own website, so check them out. What was that again? I already forgot. I'm sorry. Red Death Studios. So yeah, definitely. Awesome t-shirt. So, moving to stuff, because like I said, Charming Amy couldn't make it today, and I felt bad. I couldn't just go to con and not get her some cool stuff, right? So, knowing that she is a big fan of the first Alien movie, the whole series in general, but she really loves the first Alien film, I found her this awesome hat. Look at that. And this is another one too. I like getting a hold of these from items from people, from different vendors and all. So I found this one, and it just I was like, oh, I gotta get this for her. She's at home today in bed, not feeling too awful great, and so she deserves some nice stuff. And I knew that she would really appreciate this, and she did. She was a real big fan of it. She loved it. She said that she's gonna. We have another orange cat which it's named. The orange cat's name is Bubbles, not after Alien, but anyways, yes, there is her hat. Then moving on to another thing that she is a huge fan, and if you don't mind, I'm parched. Hold on one moment. Uno momento, por favor. All right, thank you. That's tasty, by the way. If you're all wondering, on these videos and all, like what I'm drinking, what my beer is, it's a local brewery called Boulevard. Oh, my brain right now. It's a local brewery, Boulevard. I've been drinking their beer forever, and this one's just a nice light lager with some salt and lime. It's tasty and crisp. I'm gonna have another little sip here. All right, moving on to something else that I picked up, Amy. Well, one of the things about us is we are big fans of Lord of the Rings. Not just the movies, but the books, everything Lord of the Rings. Although, I really want to sit down and watch that TV series. But anyways, I'm not talking about that. I picked her up The One Ring. So walking up to the person, of course, I just walked up, looked down, saw it, and was like, I will have the One Ring, please. And, of course, the vendor knew exactly what I was talking about. I think this is a really, really cool ring. It has, you can't really see it until you get up on close, but it is engraved. It's a really cool little item. So, yep, there's another little thing that I picked up. One of the other things that Charming Amy and I really love to collect is enamel pins. And I found a vendor who had some really cool ones there, some different ones I haven't seen around before. And I got lucky because this was one of their last ones. And this one was also for Charming Amy, too. And that is the old Velociraptor from Jurassic Park. What a clever girl. Because my Charming Amy is not only charming, she is a very clever girl. And so, appropriate pin right there. Again, really, really nice craftsmanship. These enamel pins look awesome. And this one I got, this one's for myself. Which is, I am a big, huge fan of the Poltergeist movie, which is Poltergeist series in general, to be perfectly honest. I do enjoy all of those movies for their own reasons. They all vary in quality, obviously, but I do love the series itself. So yeah, this is just a really super cool pin. I've not really seen a Poltergeist enamel pin around before, so when I saw it there, it spoke to me and I had to have it. And of course, if you look at my arm, then you know that I am a big fan of Friday the 13th. I love me some Jason Voorhees. So I had to pick up this really cool, cartoony looking, enamel pin of my boy there, Jason. Again, love these pins. They look great, nice and colorful. They have a nice feel to them. I like the back. It's got a nice, strong back on the back of these. I should have picked up a card from these guys. I'm not great at doing these con videos, so I'll remember that, all right? Then also, she is a big fan of the Charming Amy is also a big fan of Halloween 3, so I found this nifty little beer koozie. Well, I guess you could just say koozie. She's not much of a drinker. So for her, this is a Pepsi koozie. And then on the back, Silver Shamrock. It's 175 days till Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. It's 175 days till Halloween. Silver Shamrock. It's not this license free, I believe, so I'm hoping I don't get dinged for that. I really am. Well, I'm going to be really upset if I get dinged for the Silver Shamrock theme song. And I'm just going to go silent in that moment. It's just like, oh, he must be singing the theme song right now. Well, you know, guys, that really just about does it for our day at Crypticon today. It was a blast. It was so much fun meeting these two celebrities. I really wish that Charming Amy could have come today, but like I said, it just wasn't for her. She just wasn't feeling it and just decided it was a day to stay in the old bed. But it was still a really great time. It was so much fun getting out there, connecting with the horror community again. And a shout out to the Kansas City Horror Club. They were the folks who recognized me. When I was walking by, I heard, "Hey, movie review guy," and I stopped, I froze, and it was my first moment that anyone has recognized me from YouTube, so it really meant something to me. It was awesome. So thanks to the folks at the Kansas City Horror Club. Thank you. Good times. It was nice seeing everyone. Great to meet the celebrities. Another really fun, solid year at Crypticon. So if that's something you're interested in, it pops up every year around June, July. So check out. If you're not able to make, well, it's the weekend right now. It's already over by the time of posting this. So take a look at it. See if you can find it next year. If you're a fan of horror and you're in the Midwest and all. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.